Hey everyone, welcome back to the Learning Lab, the place where we learn English together in a relaxed and fun way, and also a place where we are totally okay with making mistakes, laughing about them, and then learning from them. Because honestly, that is how real learning happens, right, Jenny?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I really love that about this podcast because we are not trying to sound perfect all the time. We are just trying to sound real and natural. And if you are listening right now and thinking, oh no, I make too many mistakes, don't worry, we do too, and we're still learning. So, hi everyone, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jame, and today we are talking about something that sounds simple, but is actually very important and sometimes a little stressful, which is the value of time in learning English. Because I feel like many learners always say they don't have enough time.
Oh, wow, yes, that is so true. Like people always say, I'm too busy, or I'll start tomorrow, or I'll practice next week. And then suddenly it's like 3 months later and nothing has really changed.
Exactly. And I mean, I've done that too. I'm not judging anyone because sometimes life gets busy. But at the same time, how we use our time really makes a big difference in how fast we improve.
Wait, I have to say something. I remember last month I made a plan. I said, okay, Jenny, this is it. You were going to practice English every single day. And guess what happened?
Let me guess. You practiced for like 2 days and then stopped?
Yes, exactly that. I was so motivated at first, and then I got tired, and then I watched videos instead, and I told myself, okay, I'll start again tomorrow, which of course did not happen.
Hey, but 2 days is still something, okay? We don't ignore small progress here. Even a little bit of practice is better than nothing at all.
Yes, you're right, and that actually connects to our topic today, because learning English is not about doing everything perfectly in one day. It's about using your time little by little, consistently.
Exactly. And that's why today we are also going to talk about a very useful grammar point that helps us talk about time, which is the difference between the present perfect and a simple past.
Oh, yes, this is such an important topic, and I know many learners feel confused about it because sometimes both forms look similar, but the meaning is actually quite different.
Right. So let's start with something simple and clear. When we use the simple past, we're talking about something that happened at a specific time in the past, and usually we know when it happened.
So, for example, I can say, I studied English yesterday, or I watched a movie last night, or I practiced speaking last weekend. And in all of these examples, the time is clear and finished.
Yes, that's perfect. And now let's look at the present perfect, which is a little different because we use it when the exact time is not important or when the action is connected to now in some way.
Right. So, for example, I can say, I have studied English for 3 years, which means I started in the past and I am still studying now, so the action is not finished.
Exactly. And this is really important when we talk about learning, because learning English is not just one moment in time. It is something that continues over weeks, months, or even years.
Oh, wow, yes. And we also use it to talk about experience, like I have visited another country, or I have tried speaking with a native speaker, and we don't say exactly when.
Wait. Can I share a very embarrassing mistake I made when I was learning English?
Oh, yes, please. I love these stories because they make me feel better about my own mistakes.
Okay, so I once said, I am learning English since 2 years, and my teacher looked at me with this confused face, and I was like, wait, what did I say wrong?
Oh no, I made the exact same mistake before, and the correct sentence should be, I have been learning English for 2 years because we need present perfect continuous.
Yes, exactly. And that moment really helped me understand how important these small grammar details are, because they change the meaning a lot.
Right, and also if you say, I studied English for 2 years, it sounds like you already stopped, like it is finished in the past.
Yes, that's such an important point, because if you are still learning now, you should say, I have studied English for 2 years, or even better, I have been studying English for 2 years.
Wow, English grammar really makes you think, like you have to choose carefully what you want to say.
Exactly. But don't worry too much. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice and slowly improve over time.
Okay, I think this is a good moment to do a little role play so our listeners can hear how this works in a real conversation.
Yes, great idea. Let's do it. I'll be Jame and you'll be Jenny, like always, because you were always Jenny.
Of course, I was born to be Jenny in this podcast.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Jenny, how long have you studied English, and do you still practice every day?
Well, I have studied English for about 3 years now, and I still try to practice every day, but to be honest, I studied much harder last year than I do now.
Ah, nice. That was very natural. You used both tenses clearly and correctly.
Thank you. I feel like a professional now.
Okay, my turn. I have learned many new words this month, but I didn't practice speaking yesterday because I was too tired after work.
Oh, wow, that is very relatable. I always say I will practice speaking, but then I end up watching videos or scrolling on my phone instead.
Hey, sometimes watching videos helps, okay? But yeah, not always.
Yes, we have to be honest. Sometimes it is just entertainment, not learning.
Okay, now let's talk about some common mistakes that learners often make, because this is where many people get confused.
Oh, yes, one very common mistake is saying, I have studied English yesterday, which sounds okay at first, but is actually incorrect.
Exactly, because yesterday is a specific time in the past, so we must use simple past and say, I studied English yesterday.
Right, and another mistake is mixing up for and since, which can be really confusing at first.
Yes, so let's make it simple. We use for when we talk about a period of time, like for 2 years, for 3 months, or for a long time.
And we use since when we talk about a starting point, like since 2020, since last week, or since I was a child.
Wait, I remember I used to say, I have studied English since 2 years, and I thought it was correct.
Oh, yes, but that is not correct. It should be for 2 years, because 2 years is a duration, not a starting point.
Wow, so many small details, but step by step, we can understand them.
Yes, and remember, learning English takes time, so don't rush and don't compare yourself to others.
Exactly. Even 10 minutes of practice every day can make a big difference over time, much more than studying a lot one day and then stopping for weeks.
Wow, that is so true. Consistency is really more important than intensity, and I think that is the main message of today's episode.
Yes, we should write that somewhere. Consistency beats intensity. That sounds very smart.
Yes, very wise. We sound like teachers now.
Okay, before we finish, let's give our listeners a small challenge to practice.
Yes, your challenge is to make 3 sentences about your own life, 1 using simple past, 1 using present perfect, and 1 using either for or since.
And try to make them personal, like talk about your own English learning experience, because that will help you remember better.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening. We really hope this episode helped you understand both grammar and the importance of using your time wisely.
Keep practicing a little bit every day, keep making mistakes, and don't forget that learning is a journey, not a race.
See you next time on the Learning Lab, and take care of your time.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
Bye-bye.